She said, the looks is not it for me, The looks is, yeah, it have its place, but it's not it for me, What really gravitate me to a guy is his mind.
I must say that there is a set of young people that has grown, especially at the young professionals. Apart from the fact them love to party and things, they have come to a understanding that they must say they don't just want somebody where they can party with.
Yeah.
They want somebody who they can reason with and reason at a certain intellectual level.
And now, featured presentation.
Hi everyone, welcome to another
Conversation with Louise.
Conversation with Louise. Happy evening to you. Oh, yeah, evening.
Yeah.
Louise, I say because you don't see it in the morning, tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, or normal day for uploads. Anyway, yes, so happy to have all of our new subscribers. Really happy that you guys have come on, and I'm hoping that you have been sharing. We see whether you have been liking the videos, and of course, as we always say, if you find it interesting, somebody else will find it interesting. All right. So you have seen the topic, and we're going to look at what we think a man looks for in a woman, and vice versa.
Woman looks for a man.
And this has been one of the situations where some men who, I'm speaking of course from a man's perspective, who you will hear a lot of conversations regarding, what he look for in a woman and whatever. And some of it is not really real, but it is fictitious. But we're gonna dive into it. And of course, as you are watching the video recitation,
Like,
share,
and subscribe.
Subscribe.
It's your first time.
yes.
And maybe it's not even your first time, but you have been watching for a while, which we know because it shows.
It shows. You have a lot
But you
of silent
haven't yet
watchers.
decided to.
Subscribe.
What are you waiting for?
Go ahead and subscribe. Alright? No, and take much of it.
Become a family member.
Yes, makes sense. Become part of the Lee's family. Yes. So we're gonna look at it. Ladies first or drinks first? No matter?
In this case, it doesn't really matter.
It don't matter. Alright, so let's look at it from the perspective of the men. There's a superficial thing out there well, I don't know how long it has been there, but it is there, where most ladies think that to catch a man or to get a man, she have the right shape, right figure, she have to be pretty, and she have to, well splashed out and dashed out and thing. But the truth of the matter is, most men, when they want to settle, they normally have their criteria, a list of criteria that they want. I know when we were like in school, primary school, high school, whatever thing the case may be, I was the shy guy, and I guess if you watch the previous vlogs, you will see where we spoke about the shy guy not getting the girl. But in like high school and thing, when you say you fall in love with somebody or whatever, it's normally you try to go for the prettiest girl. And sometimes the prettiest girl don't necessarily make the best wife because multiple things.
Sure, no, that I'm not like.
Yeah, but don't interrupt me. No, but she's not always. But yeah, the prettiest girl don't necessarily make the best wife. You understand me? It is more than that. But nevertheless, you're in high school. You want to walk with somebody, pretty and thin. And you find out even in conversation with a lot of virgin women talk with, they find that the first girl that they fell in love with broke their heart. Yes? And so that now build up a certain thinking in a man. So boy, if him girl too pretty, you know, or the girl too pretty, and not really go that side too much. Not because you are able to wear fancy dancy, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will be chosen. Why? Because also the men has found out that the ladies who love to glam up and all that, they're pretty expensive, and they themselves look too superficial. So then they probably don't have no strong values. All them like is the pretty up on the, you know, long hair and the long nails and the whatever. Most men, when you talk to them, they are looking for what? A lady who is loyal. They're looking for a lady who, yes, she have to look good, she can shape well and everything. Yes? But the main criteria most men looking for is a loyal woman. A woman who respects them. A woman who most of the time can cook, wash and clean. Because at the end of the day, he wants to be able to come home to a house that is clean and smell nice and thing. You know, want a lady who, you know, for her to make dumplings, she will cut off all her fingernails every time. And you understand what I say? He wants a lady who understands herself. And the other part is to a lady who nagging. She don't feel nagging. But I can give you some more of what I know. Michelle will give you what you think.
But basically, what I think a mature woman wants is a man, first of all, a man that is confident, a man that is ambitious, know how to put himself together well, a man that is family oriented, a man that is not afraid of commitment, and a man that is hardworking, a man that has a vision, even if that man have not yet really come into his own, but on his way, and have a plan, have a dream, and a man that can hold a conversation, a man that have some level of depth, and a man that they deem to be faithful. Yeah. And a lady will lay down her life for a man that have her back, a man that put his home first in everything, not just in word but in action, a man who will put himself, you know, secondarily,
like
for
sacrificing, some of his great
for the lady. And you find out that it doesn't matter what the trial circumstances or difficulty, you'll find out that a man like that, his woman will not leave him or forsake him in his darkest hour, and that lady will bear the unbearable. You answer in the hardest time for such a man. Because whatever woman, the young, the old, and everybody, even the superficial women who you may find out that their first attraction is to talk to them maybe for what they have, their car, their possessions, you find out that when they truly get to know each other and everything else, your beer, and this is me, and this is, you find out that they start to even grow to another dimension within the relationship. The superficialness start to take back page because they realize, you know what, there's more to him. There's more to him than what his possession said. And then now she start to see him that, not really all in him like that, but because she start to see,
so them grow up on each other.
Grow on each other. But what I think what really take place is that the lady that was superficial and find such a man and see that the man have depth, she start to see herself through his eyes.
Okay.
You understand?
Hi, Michelle and Cornell. you just find the video, just drop a like.
What are you waiting for?
If you don't subscribe yet, just press subscribe. It's not hard.
Do the right thing. You know the right thing what to do, you know?
Alright?
What's the way?
Press like, press subscribe.
Of course, there must be, it's not, looks is not, it's not definitive.
If you rate looks, you probably looks at it up.
For a lady, I tell looks for a lady is maybe a 8. And that looks doesn't mean that the man have to be cute, like a button, and like I said, respectable woman,
mature
and respect. It doesn't have to be cute as a button. It just, even if that man doesn't really know how to put himself together, but there is potential wearing, because a lot of ladies love to fix up a man, like fixer, what do you call it, fixer upper, like how some people fix up a house, no disrespect. A lady like to know that they can groom and fix up. There must be potential, but that is not the first thing that a lady looks for. A lady looks for ambition, you know, and character, and even charisma too, you know. So yeah.
And alright, so and in continuing, because you can always look at this, find the similarities,
and especially coming from a point of view, well, of course I'm talking on a wider scale of women, but on the point of view also a woman admire a man who's God-fearing. Even if he's not a Christian, he must have the potential where he believes in something bigger and higher than
which
himself,
keeps him humble.
that keeps him humble and grounded.
Another thing that I know that men are looking for ladies is that, I mean, these days them say boy one hand can't clap.
Yeah.
Right? So they want a lady who she can own her own. She can put, even if it's the pie and she can only put quarter or whatever, even half, a man don't mind that. A man also, and then again, you have not the one who say like, you know, too independent and way. Those are a turn off. Those ladies are a turn off. Not that independence is a bad thing, but where it becomes your first point of reach, where you know, if anything is the first thing you draw for, yeah, it's a turn off. Because even in as much as a lady can bring what she has to the table, a man always like to be that feel and be that part of supporting and providing. You understand me? Another thing a man looks for in a lady is fun. She has to be fun. You know, can't be boring. Especially, and of course, I'm also about church ladies, when they marry, them put on dress, and then, you know, before they get married, them wear the skimpy things, or the, you know, interesting things, let me use that word.
Glory to God.
And after they married, they put on a long dress or whatever. I have said to some guys that was then.
It doesn't relate to all.
No, because I believe that people have grown and people have looked at how things were done in the past, and now they have adjusted themselves. So even in church, the ladies in church, they're not boring either.
And not to cut you, but the truth is, that point of view, that it comes from most of the men who are not even Christians, because what they see is when the Christian maybe be on the road and all of that, but nobody truly knows what goes on in the privacy of a Christian home.
Yeah, boy.
Bedroom or what have you. So they're of that opinion, because the difference between a woman, the fact that a woman is serving the Lord is a different type of woman from the woman that don't fear the Lord, don't serve the Lord. So you have to present yourself a particular way, you understand, and represent Christ.
Not just yourself, but Christ.
Represent Christ when you on your daily walk out and even your yard. So I mean, they can keep their opinion, that's fine, but as long as you know who you are, know that is not true, it's fine. And I mean, and the truth is, one of the things that I come to realize ladies love about a man is a man that is also have a level of healthy dominance.
Yeah, boy.
No lady, even, yeah,
No,
I don't think most ladies,
I know where you're going.
right, even though you may find some ladies who they're controlling and all of that, even them too.
Yeah,
Even
don't
them
want
too
to push a man.
don't
that
want
can
a
push
man
over.
that is a pushover.
Yeah.
And sometimes their dominance come about because the lack within the man
deficiency in the
himself
man.
to stand and be dominant. But most ladies find dominance within a man in a healthy way, very sexy, very appealing. You understand? And a woman likes a man that can hold his own. You're right, when pressure reaches, when difficulty, they want to know that even, because the strongest woman at some point, they need someone to lean on, right? So it's a very sexy, appealing thing and attractive thing. And the thing is, why you find out that that alphaness within a man, it is something, I think God put there for a reason. It attracts.
Yeah, because even in the animal,
woman's
in the
attention.
animal world, the alpha male gives out a certain aura or a smell,
Yeah.
and the lady is attracted to that.
Right.
The female animal is attracted
Yeah,
to
because
that.
you even find out that with that dominance within the man, you find a woman like, so for instance, the scene, you step into the room and you have a lot of men, but some men that have this
Stand out.
dominance, it stand out in posture, in behavior, in speech and all of that. And you will find out, even the woman will say, who will say, I don't care, I can't tolerate men who is just dominant and care.
That's a lie.
That's a lie, because if you notice, that woman within that room that man is going to capture her attention in such a way wherein she's either going to be annoyed, even though she can understand it, it's going to draw some attention. And in the secret corner of her mind, that very thing that annoys her is what let her gravitate. You understand? So, I mean, women like to know that men are men. They're men. And you may say, what do you mean like that? They're like, it's the same thing basically. A man that commands,
Let me ask you though.
within a room, his presence.
Like I asked you about what was it? I don't know. But on the scale of 1 to 10 again, regarding physique, where do a lady?
That fluctuates. I don't think any lady can talk in particular for any lady when it comes for that. Some lady are attracted to slim body men.
Okay, alright.
And I believe that opposite attract. Because sometimes I notice it even from a young girl growing up being single, I always wonder why little short petite ladies like tall men. Even if they're not trapped in, they like taller men. And
So we shouldn't ladies like fat men.
I think slim ladies, but you'll find most of the time that there's a mixture there, whether slim or tall. They like some women are attracted to the muscles and but you tend to find that a lot. You see some real strong ladies with some little slim men. You understand? And not to take for granted, those slim men really have strength and power. But
Yeah, boy.
I don't know what it is that pulls where opposite attract, and you find some ladies with a tall slimmers and their men have to have stamp because sturdiness within. So you cannot really, when it comes to that, they cannot really speak for a woman, because there are some ladies who are attracted to darker melanin within a man, and vice versa. You understand? So
There are some general things, but there are some specific.
Right, there's some specific thing. Even that man that a woman may throw in the street and say, "Go on, pop down, nobody don't want you." That's not true. If that man own his own, I know that, you know what, I'm a man, and in spite of my status and what have you, I'm gonna walk upright as a man.
Hold him on.
There will be someone. There will be a woman that will be attracted to that man, and who to tell? Maybe further down the line, when that woman refused that person and said nobody don't want to, he himself in return sight him and start feel back that attraction for him, because what she could not help him to pull out, and another woman can. So I guess that is the dynamics of most of that. And another thing,
Finish it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Other things that a man look for in a woman is is self-esteem and her quality. Mark, some of these things we talk about that a man look for, They are. I think the overall arching thing is that if you find somebody that you're really compatible with, whatever deficient areas, those can be helped by the person that you're with. Like for example, if it's self-esteem, whatever, you can be with somebody who helps you lift your own self-esteem, because the person can lift it for you. Or the person treats you, or the person make you feel, builds your self-esteem, you yourself feel it coming up, right? But a man like a lady who's confident in herself, right? A lady who's confident, and the confidence can come out in her dressing, her in her speech and everything. I know there's some terminologies out there, and I'm not going to be disrespectful to ladies, but there are some ladies who sell themselves short, and there's a certain name for them, like matter is or whatever the man call them. They sell themselves short because they think that they have to expose themselves for the man to see them, or they have to, give it up the next day for the man to see them. You understand me? When you have self-worth, a man appreciates that. So the lady who a man can get something quickly from, bam, 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 he's not looking at share the wife material. Yeah? But the lady who holds herself in esteem, right, and decides she will be what she wants to be to this person, when she feels like that is also an attractive fragrance for a man.
Yeah, that's I can agree.
Hi, Michelle and Cornell. If you just find the video, just drop a like.
What's you waiting for?
If you don't subscribe yet, just press subscribe. It's not hard.
Do the right thing. You know the right thing what to do,
Alright?
What's the way?
Press like, press subscribe.
Because the truth is, you have some young ladies who don't understand what life is yet, don't understand what love is yet, and sometimes they talk to older men and it's for material things. But sometimes those real men, they help their action, because love is action. The way in which they may treat, even these young ladies, because most of the time older men talk to young ladies for the body and the sex and all, but when the more time you spend with each other, you start to connect on another level, you realize that you need more, because sex doesn't satisfy and fulfill everything. You understand? So you need more, and sometimes when that part, the sexual part of it that bring them together, help them to start to see who each other are, and it help them now to start to invest time in each other and say, this is where I want to
Say that again.
This is where I want to live. So you find out that they teach each other how to really love. And this thing what people say, people may think it's corny, that I want you to see me, I want you to see yourself through my eyes. It is coming from a perspective that you may think, because some ladies do that, they don't work so much, so they try to abuse and play men. But sometimes when that particular person really love them beyond unconditional, they start to see love, see themselves of how important they are through the other person's eye. And if they're healthy thinking and they start to grow, you find out there's a transformation starts to take place.
That is true.
You understand? It may not be in all situations, but when there are people who are really looking for it and find it, they stop there and they work it through and they grow with each other and mature with each other. And some of those relationships can turn out to be beautiful things. So ladies look for different things. Sometimes some ladies don't even know what they thought that they were looking for. That's not what they really need for different things. Sometimes some ladies don't even know they thought that they were looking for. That's not what they really need. That's what they wanted, because that's what they were attracted to. But then opening up their selves, peeling off the facade and the mask, and started, because the truth is, what people don't seem to understand, that sex is a powerful tool if it's used in the right way.
It is binding.
It is binding, and it is a spiritual thing. And though
you hear that? Sex is a spiritual thing.
Yeah, it's a spiritual thing, because when you genuinely attract to and you open up,
Oh, glory to God.
and you get that entrance,
Yeah, boy.
And they get attention.
that entrance into each other's life, and then it just take one party, to be willing to peel away a little. And sometimes it happens without you knowing it.
It's a natural something.
It's a natural thing. That's why it is so important that we don't go around and give both women and men, not to go around and give up themselves to everybody, because you literally give a piece of you to somebody. It's not just it's just sex, man. It don't mean anything. God made human being in such a unique way that sex is an binding agent, you know. And it just take what you just said, time and attention for it to lead you and grow into different and blossom into other things. You know, so
the truth is, if you listen to the conversation, and of course you can leave your comments in the comment section, but if you listen, there's a lot of similarities between a man and a woman in terms of what they want, because the truth is, anybody who wants to settle down and just grow with that one particular person, they want stability. And the stability comes when they see beyond the fake. Yeah, you know, when they really get real with somebody, when they get real with the person, then you can make a decision. And I think I've always said this, and I've said it in the past in other videos. Don't waste your time and not be real with somebody. If you genuinely seeks to establish something, you gotta just be real with the person. If you're going to be real, if you're not going to be real, it don't make no sense. It don't make sense.
You're wasting time, and time is precious. Because even this morning I was walking through Uri, I was coming back home from dropping off Mike to school, and it was so fairly early, and I took my time walking, and there were two students ahead of me, and they were talking. And something that one of them said that leave an impression on my heart. She said, you know, the looks is not it for me, you know. The looks is, it have its place, but it's not it for me, you know. What really gravitates me to a guy is his mind. You understand? The way in which he's able to communicate and to think. And, you know, I was there and I didn't say anything, but I was down in my head. I'm saying,
I must say that there's a set of young people that has grown, especially the young professionals. Apart from the fact they love the party and things, they have come to a understanding that they must say they don't just want somebody where they can party with. They want somebody where they can reason with and reason at a certain intellectual level, that they don't get bored when they're talking to the person, right? And I was pleasantly surprised, because most of the time you see what you see from the exterior is not really and truly what is the real thing. So when you get to talk to them, you realize they're not so shallow as they miss, as they appear. But the first thing that attracts somebody, make sure is the real thing, because if whatever attracts you and them come in,
so you have to keep them.
You have to keep it up.
How you get them? That's how you keep them. And you say,
right? So you have to. So even I know them say, boy, you have to be a good fisher. You know, fisherman to catch the right fish or whatever. It's just simple still that you have to be real with yourself and be real with anybody who you see, because whatever you push out is what you attract. But I know for sure that a lot of men, they met a man who wants to settle with a lady who's sounding and thinking, full of fun. Yes, she have to look good, because and look good is subjected to the eyes. So to a man, whatever. Hi, Michelle and Cornell. If you just find the video, just drop a like.
What you waiting for?
If you don't subscribe yet, just press subscribe. Hit the heart.
Do the right thing. You know the right thing what to do, you know?
Alright?
What's the way?
Press like, press subscribe. She have to be confident, she have to love herself. You understand me? Because the truth of the matter, the less you bring, the less baggage you bring to the relationship, it's easier for you to get to know each other and move forward.
That is true, because remember, you know, when a man is looking for something, it means that they want to reside. Beautiful. So, and vice versa with a woman. So you find out that I think the world sell it long enough, like love is like this highfalutedness, like, oh, every day you get up and you just, oh, come here. That's not real. That's not real. It may be in the beginning of a relationship that it's that for most persons wherein it's attraction that pulls you together and you can't keep your hands off each other. But let me tell you, it won't stay forever like that.
Yeah, but you have to make it, you have to work it and make it stay.
However, remember, love is not hyperlootedness. Love is an action and it will be tested because it is a principle of life. Am I saying that you should not stay attracted to each other? Yes, you should, right? Because that is something now that you will work on. Because you may be a size 6, a size 12, a size 14, whichever size, when you got married. But no, try as you may not end up maybe 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 10, 20 years later being that size 6 and whatever. Some people are good. Maybe 2 out of 10 is good in maintaining like that. But if that is what you married for, it won't hold the marriage. It won't last. If you married maybe for married. The reason why I'm bringing up this, because what a man is looking for, and what a woman is looking for is not just what they can see for today, is what the future holds, because they're thinking of commitment, they're thinking of, I want this person to stay in my life, we can move on together, because that's a relative situation. But because most ladies spend too much time trying to focus and make their decisions on the hyperlootedness of what love is.
You mean not in shining arm
and those things. But the truth is, if you use those to be your guide, you'll find out that you'll never find a true and serious relationship. Or you could have gotten such a one and he or she passed through your fingers because you were looking from it from the superficial side. You understand? So when you're thinking about looking for a male or looking what you're looking for, you have to base it after not just temporary, the core values. The core values. So don't just choose somebody because he looks good, she looks good, they have money, our children will be cute, enjoy a flashy car, because life do happen and test these things.
Wicked, nice,
right? But you have to have hardcore values wherein you know that, prepare your mind that, maybe through the toughest of time, this is somebody that we can ride through the tides with. Because basically, not knowing like what I know now from verses when I was a teen, 16, 18, 19, coming and thinking about marriage, and I feel like, oh my God, it's like,
I think about being in love.
Right. Maybe some earlier stuff that you have to ride through and struggle through. Knowing what I know now, you understand? I think it would have made certain things in the beginning better leading up to this part for me, because then I'll know that somewhere along the road we will have disagreement. And it's not the end of the world. You understand? You are going to maybe lose your job, but guess what? It's not the end. But even though, not to toot our own horn, but God have helped us, that those things did not deter us, but it bind us closer. But then, like some little mental things could have been eroded better if there was someone who would tell you that, look, it's when you get married, prepare for the trials that come. It's when you get married, it's not just smooth sailing. It's when you get married, we don't know how early or how long after you get married, but trust me, it's a rocky. Remember, it doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be infidelity, but it's going to be something, because marriage is a journey. So when you are thinking about what you're attracted to into somebody, look at the traits, look at temperance. You understand? How well is he able to stand in the midst of a crisis? How well is she able to hold her own in the midst of a crisis? How well is she able to hold her tongue?
Yeah, boy.
Able to hold her tongue.
Oh, glory to God.
When she's tested, you understand? Those things. Don't let it be about, why look like I have money, and why will my friend them all think for me in a car front, and those things are supposed. Come on now, and that wise.
So in as much as we have listed some things that we genuinely believe, and even we talk with other people, that these are things that a man or a woman will look for in somebody, it is still subjective to the person who's looking. Yes,
Yeah.
but at least I think we're saying all in all, and even from, as I say, talking to other people, this is that just stuff where we alone come with.
Yeah.
We talk to other persons, and these are the things that a man would have said to me. You know, so him not go for the girl just because she change her braid every week.
Yeah.
When him see that, he must say, yo, man, I've got money to make sure I change her braid every week. You know what I mean? Notwithstanding, if a man have the money and that is what his lady wants and he can do it, not a problem.
Yeah.
But that is not the main reason why. You understand me? I say? Is that just that catch him eye? And if that catch him eye, and the day when she stop do whatever, it will cause some problem because you have to keep that way and start up with.
Yeah.
You understand me? But it is still subjective or subjective to the person who's looking on and what they're looking for. But everybody wants somebody who them can build something with, and especially nowadays, once a boy give a sticky pan the man because a whole heap of fake ladies are out there, and I think ladies then can say the same thing too. You understand me? It's just a matter of you sticking to your core values. So when you see the right person, you know.
Yeah, and something that I've learned the other day, I was watching a video and something was said that intrigued me, so I went to look it up. The person, it was a blind date, and the person, I noticed everybody was asked what is their body count. I even asked them, so what does body count thing mean? I'm saying, no, what, I'm not taking this for granted. I'm going to go do it. When I look it up, body count actually mean like how many men you have been with or how many ladies. I may say, is that really so important?
It is. It is because, alright, it is
if
and it's not.
If you're going in the relationship only for maybe...
No man, it is and it's not. AY. Nobody, I mean, if you genuinely love somebody, it won't matter, but sometimes that is an indication of where your headspace is also, meaning are you somebody who's with very low self-esteem and you keep have to find another one and find another one. Why did you have to go through so many persons to be here now? You understand what I say? So sometimes it's important, but genuine love.
I can understand if there is a red flag. If you have a issue to ask, you would ask that. But nobody's asking important question. How
No, but that may be important to some person.
That question was asking all of it. Some people were getting chokehold to see how well they can. I mean, I said, so people are getting to know each people now. We're getting to a relationship because of how good the sex may be. It seemed that's the impression I got.
I think not to cut it, but I think what that also is an indication of probably how many persons you have slept with. Not necessarily because the sex is good, but how many persons have you slept with? And that may be a
So what about the person who haven't slept with anybody? What about the person who have slept with one?
For most part, that's a good indication for a man. And a man knows say you have not gone through Tom, Dick, Harry, John, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that may have its value, but at the same time, what is the chokehold? Because most of them, because it was more than one, it's like a series of, and everybody about see how well he or she can give the chokehold.
So there's a certain thing.
There's a certain thing. So I said most of the things that were geared
in that particular video.
It's more than one. It's a so you can have finding your match or whatever you want. I mean, I say. So these are the stuff that I use to determine if they're compatible.
Okay.
You don't
so
hear anything interesting.
Right.
They don't ask them trick questions like how to hold a conversation and prick the mind on another level.
That don't sell TV. That don't make for good.
It's not about...
No, I'm just talking the people who do the
Yeah, but I don't think it's about
ratings.
TV. It's about how excited the participants were when these things happen. And because they were blindfolded and I think I can
so then I'm going to ask the serious question. I'm going to ask some little question to make people.
So what about the thing when at the end of that they started kissing and then they said have a chemistry? They were asked, will you go out with this person? Are you going to try to date? They say yes. I saw nothing that was really strong and constructive to say, well, for a young lady to say, alright, I'll try him. There was one young lady that I respected. And I don't know if I really should because it's based upon the fact when she feel and she find out that the person was skinny and there wasn't muscles and everything, her interest level have dropped. So I said all of the questions were based around being sexually You understand? So nothing seemed to be based around.
That's what I'm saying. So those type of show them deliberately do that really, just to get the rating.
But anyway, it's just that it makes you look at what dating was then and what it is now. But again, what people are younger people are looking for versus what women, serious women are looking for. But it is what it is.
Well,
and these are some of the things, there are many more out there, and I hope we're able to help help you.
So we basically raise a serious topic, and the aim is to hear from you guys what you think, if what we have said is also in line with what you think or how you think. And hopefully can help you, as Michelle said, to look a little deeper, a little wider than just what is seen on the surface.
So you don't end up losing out on that person who may just be the right person.
So before you leave, or if you reach far enough, drop a like on the video, tell a friend, and help us spread the word, because what we want to do is ensure that we give you content that is not just fun, but it's content that is helpful. And of course, we look forward to hearing from you. So please leave a comment in the comment section, and of course, like the video. All right.
Remember to subscribe
if it's your first time.
Andre, Pauline, Suzette, Molly. You don't know them, but me know so there are some person that by that name, right? You man, you see man, if you know name.
See you on the other side. Blessings.